Hey everyone, this is Stas and welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's doing great. In this video, I'm going to share 5 restaurant-style Indian dishes and we are going to cook this in the Instant Pot. So all these dishes will be found on the menu of all Indian restaurants. So our first recipe is going to be butter chicken. So is there anyone who doesn't love butter chicken? I don't think so. It's an easy recipe, tastes exactly like restaurant style, and we're going to cook it effortlessly in the Instant Pot. So our second recipe is going to be beef Rogan Josh. It's an incredibly flavorful and aromatic dish. We can make it with beef or lamb. Our third recipe is going to be chicken korma. It's a rich and creamy chicken dish cooked in coconut milk. And our fourth recipe is going to be beef Vindaloo. It's yet another delicious Indian dish. So fifth recipe is going to be chicken Madras. It's a South Indian style curry based dish. So we are going to cook all these in the Instant Pot effortlessly without compromising the taste. So guys, let's get started. Our first restaurant style recipe is butter chicken. Who doesn't love butter chicken? Turn on the Instant Pot and let's select the saute setting. Temperature should be medium and let the stainless steel pot turn hot. So after the pot turns hot, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon oil. To the oil, adding 1 onion finely chopped, so we need to ensure it's finely chopped, and let's season the onions with half teaspoon salt and let's saute this for a minute, and going to add 1 tablespoon ginger garlic paste. Combine well and cook for 2 minutes, and next let's add 2 tomatoes finely chopped. Let's cook this for a couple of minutes till the tomatoes are almost mashed up, and next I'm going to add half tablespoon Kashmiri chili powder. So Kashmiri chili powder is very mild. If you want this to be super spicy, you can add regular hot chili powder and combine it well, cook for a minute, and next let's add boneless chicken. I've taken chicken breasts, diced 2 chicken breasts I've added. You can also add thighs and give it a good mix, season with half teaspoon salt. So next let's close the pot with the lid, and next we are going to pressure cook this. So select pressure cook setting and we are going to set the time to 8 minutes. That's all. We only have to pressure cook this for 8 minutes as we have added boneless chicken breast, and the pressure should be high. Click start if you're using Instant Pot Ultra model. After 8 minutes of pressure cooking, let's do a quick pressure release. So I'm going to click on the steam release valve, and yes, you have to turn on the exhaust and let the pressure release completely. It's time to open the lid. So here is the perfectly cooked chicken along with the gravy. So we did not add any water while pressure cooking. So this is the liquid that oozed out of the chicken. There's enough gravy. So let's now add 2 tablespoons tomato paste and a teaspoon garam masala. So garam masala will make this butter chicken really aromatic. It is basically ground whole aromatic spices. So combine it well and let's cook this in saute setting. So I'm going to turn on the saute setting on the Instant Pot. So let's select saute setting. Temperature should be medium. So let's saute cook this for a few minutes till the gravy thickens. You might be thinking, where is the butter in this butter chicken, right? Yes, it's time to add a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons unsalted butter. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of sugar. It will really elevate the taste of this butter chicken. And finally adding half cup cream. Mix. So after adding butter and cream, we don't have to cook this for a long time, just cook it for a couple of minutes. So now give it a taste, and if you need more salt, go ahead and add salt based on your needs. So let's cook this for a couple of minutes. Finally, let's garnish with a tablespoon of dried fenugreek leaves and 1/4 cup chopped fresh cilantro leaves. Please add fresh cilantro leaves, and that's it. Give it a good mix and let's remove the pot from the main pot and keep this covered for some time. That's when all the flavors will get into the chicken and the butter chicken will taste delicious. I'm gonna enjoy the butter chicken with basmati rice. So I cooked basmati rice in the Instant Pot, pressure cooked for just 6 minutes. So let's serve the butter chicken to a bowl, and we can enjoy this with naan or basmati rice or cumin or jeera rice, ghee rice, rotis, chapatis, literally anything. So this is restaurant style, very flavorful aromatic butter chicken. For a better presentation just before serving, let's drizzle some cream over the butter chicken. So that's what I'm talking about. Look at this, so stunning, and look at that beautiful color. It looks so rich and creamy and finger licking delicious. Our second restaurant style dish is beef Rogan Josh. I'm gonna make beef Rogan Josh. So I've taken half kilo or 1 pound stew cut beef. You can also make this with a lamb. So next I'm adding 1 tablespoon grated ginger and 1 tablespoon freshly grated garlic, or you can add around 1.5 tablespoon ginger garlic paste. Next adding a few pinches of saffron, 1 cup plain yogurt. So next let's add 1 teaspoon salt. So give everything a good mix and let the beef marinate for at least an hour. If you have time, you can marinate this for a longer time, or you can even keep it overnight. The key ingredient for making the best tasting Rogan Josh is a spice mix. So I'm going to make the spice mix with the whole aromatic spices. So I have all the spices ready here. So to a mortar, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon whole black pepper cones. So if you like this dish to be spicy, you can add up to 2 teaspoons. 3 whole green cardamoms, 2 whole cloves, 1-inch slice whole cinnamon, and we're gonna add 1 star anise. All these whole spices are available at the Indian store. So using the pestle, let's coarsely grind all the whole aromatic spices. Now if you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can add everything to a Ziploc bag, and then using a rolling pin, you can coarsely crush them. Don't have to grind them to a fine powder. Here is the spice mix. So I have coarsely ground it. So keep this aside. I'm going to cook this in the Instant Pot. So I've taken Instant Pot Ultra model. So let's select saute setting. Temperature should be medium. So I have to click start in this model. So let the stainless steel pot turn. Adding 1 tablespoon coconut oil, or you can also add a mix of oil and ghee. To the hot oil, let's add the ground spice mix and saute this for just a minute. It will get really fragrant. So please ensure not to burn the spice mix. It can burn really fast. So next let's add 2 onions sliced. You can add either chopped or sliced onions. So I've taken yellow onions. So next let's season the onions with half teaspoon salt and let the onions cook for 2 minutes. We don't have to brown the onions. So next I'm going to add the marinated beef. So I have marinated the beef for an hour. So add everything to the pot. There will be some marinade stuck to the bowl. So using a silicone spatula, scrape everything and add everything to the bowl. We don't want to miss anything. Combine everything well. So next let's add a few spices, adding 2 teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. So Kashmiri chili powder is very mild and it will impart an intense red color. If you add regular chili powder, it will be really hot. So adding around 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon coriander powder, and finally 1 teaspoon garam masala. Give everything a fabulous mix. Let all the spices coat over the beef, and we also have to make sure the bottom of the pot hasn't turned brown. Don't have to add any water. So let's close the pot with the lid. Cancel saute setting, and next let's select pressure cook setting. I'm going to set the time to 25 minutes and pressure should be high. So in the Instant Pot, we have to cook beef for 25 minutes and it will turn fork tender. Even if you're taking lamb, cooking time is the same, 25 minutes. So after 25 minutes of pressure cooking, I'm going to let the pressure release naturally for 5 minutes, and then let's do a quick pressure release. For quick pressure release, I'm going to lift the steam release valve. So let the pressure release completely. Let's open the lid. Look at that, the vibrant red color. It's from the Kashmiri chili powder we have added, and it smells so aromatic. So this mesmerizing fragrance is spreading all over the house. There is good amount of gravy in the pot and it's also thick, so we haven't added any water while pressure cooking. So all this liquid oozed out of the beef. It's so flavorful. So let's garnish with some chopped cilantro. So the beef has cooked perfectly. Let's serve this vibrant and delicious beef Rogan Josh into a bowl. I enjoyed this along with wheat crepes, or it's more like an instant wheat dosa. You can have it with basmati rice or naan or parathas or even with chapatis. Our third restaurant style recipe is going to be rich and creamy chicken korma. In a bowl, I have taken 2 chicken breasts diced. You can also use chicken thighs. So next I'm going to season the chicken with freshly ground black pepper. Add lots of ground black pepper, like half to 1 teaspoon. So next adding 1 teaspoon garam masala. Garam masala is a very aromatic spice. It's essentially ground whole spices like whole cardamom, cloves, cinnamon and mace. So I do have a very simple recipe for making homemade garam masala. I'll post the link in the description below. So I've also added 1 teaspoon salt. So mix everything well. So that's it. This recipe is all about simple spices. So keep this aside. On the Instant Pot, I'm selecting saute setting, so temperature should be medium. So first we're gonna saute onions and tomatoes before pressure cooking. So let the stainless steel pot turn hot. To the stainless steel pot, adding 1 tablespoon coconut oil. So it's winter in Canada, so coconut oil has solidified. So let this melt. You can also add ghee instead of coconut oil or any other kind of oil you prefer. So to the oil, adding 2 dried bay leaves, adding 2 onions sliced. So these are yellow onion. Season the onions with half teaspoon salt. Adding 1 tablespoon ginger garlic paste, or you can also add grated ginger and garlic. Next adding 2 green chilies halved. So these are not that spicy. So if you have really hot and spicy green chilies, just add 1, and please do not add jalapenos. It's super hot. So give everything a good mix and let's cook this for just 2 minutes. Let's add 2 tomatoes chopped. So let's cook the tomatoes and onions for 2 minutes, so don't have to cook any longer. Now let's add the seasoned chicken. So here I've taken boneless chicken breast. You can also add boneless chicken thighs. Now if you're adding bone-in chicken pieces, pressure cooking time will be different. So next I'm going to add a couple more spices. 2 teaspoon coriander powder and half teaspoon garam masala. So we have only added 3 spices: garam masala, coriander powder and ground black pepper, and of course we have to add salt. So give everything a good mix. So let's close the pot with the lid. Cancel saute setting, and next let's select pressure cook setting. So since I've added boneless chicken breast, I'm going to set the time to 8 minutes and the pressure should be at high. If you're adding bone-in chicken pieces, you have to set the pressure cooking time to at least 12 minutes. It's been 8 minutes, so pressure cooking has completed. I'm going to let the pressure release naturally for 5 minutes, and after that I'm going to do a quick pressure release. So let the pressure release completely. Let's open the lid. So here is the pressure cooked chicken with onions, tomatoes and a couple of spices. We didn't add any water to the chicken while pressure cooking. So look at this. After pressure cooking, there is good amount of liquid in the pot. So next, let's add 1 cup coconut milk. So coconut milk has to be added after pressure cooking. Let's also garnish with 1/4 cup chopped cilantro. Give everything a good mix. After adding coconut milk, I'm going to cook this in saute setting. So selecting saute setting, temperature should be medium. So let's cook this for just 2 to 3 minutes till the gravy comes to a slight boil. So we don't have to cook for long. At this point, give a taste, and if you want this dish to be spicy, you can add more ground black pepper, and also you can add salt according to your needs. It's getting really aromatic right now, and you will be able to smell the aroma of garam masala, coconut milk. It's just amazing. So let's remove the pot from the main pot. Let's serve the chicken korma to a bowl. Since we have added coconut milk, the gravy will thicken as it sits. That's why I did not thicken the gravy further. So the highlight of this dish is the gravy itself. It's finger licking delicious, extremely flavorful and aromatic, and we have only added 3 simple spices. Our fourth restaurant style recipe is going to be beef vindaloo. The very first step is to soak dried red chilies. So we have to soak it for an hour. So I have 2 kinds of dried red chilies here. So this is regular dried red chilies. So this is very hot, and we also get Kashmiri dried red chilies. So this is mild and it has an intense red color. So I'm gonna soak these. So we're gonna take like 10 dried red chilies. Adding some water, and let's soak this for an hour. So that's when it will turn soft, and then we are going to make a sauce with this. Here are the soaked Kashmiri dried red chilies. So I have soaked this for an hour. So if you want this dish to be super spicy, add regular dried red chilies. So next, let's make a sauce. To a blender jar, I'm going to add just the chilies. So wear a gloves, it's really hot. So just add the chili. So I've taken 10 dried chilies. And next, let's add all the other ingredients. 1 tablespoon coriander seeds, half tablespoon cumin seeds. I'm gonna also add a few whole pepper cones, 2 large garlic cloves, and 2-inch sliced fresh ginger. Next, adding all the aromatic whole spices, 3 whole cardamom, 2-inch slice whole cinnamon, and 2 whole cloves. I'm also going to add half onion chopped, roughly chopped. So to this, let's add like 1/4 cup water, the same water used for soaking the chilies. It has some flavor in it. So now let's grind this and make into a smooth paste. To the ground dried red chilies and other ingredients, let's add 2 tablespoons white vinegar. So I spilled some vinegar and now my kitchen smells like vinegar. So next, I'm going to again blend this and make into a smooth paste. So here is the ground paste. Look at this. Love this color, so vibrant. And I have taken half kilo stew cut beef. So I'm going to make this with beef. You can also make this with chicken, either boneless chicken or bone-in chicken pieces. But the cooking time in the Instant Pot will be different if you're using chicken. For bone-in chicken pieces, it will be 10 minutes, and boneless, it will be only 5 minutes. And for beef, we have to pressure cook in the Instant Pot for almost 30 minutes. So next, let's add this ground paste to the stew cut beef. So add all the sauce to it. So wear a gloves, it's super hot. So I'm going to take all the paste out of the blender. It's good stuff, so we don't want to miss anything. And then combine everything to the beef. So mix it well, let the beef coat in this amazing sauce. I can feel the heat from the Kashmiri dried red chilies and peppercorns. And yes, we have to season the beef with salt. So adding 1 teaspoon salt. Again, mix everything. So we need to let the beef marinate in this sauce for at least an hour. So marination is key. You can also marinate this for a longer time. If you prefer, you can also do it overnight. So make this the previous day, let it marinate overnight, and then you can make the beef vindaloo the next day. So I'm gonna marinate this for an hour. So let's start cooking beef vindaloo in the instant pot. So I have the instant pot here. Let's first turn on saute setting. Temperature should be medium and click start. So I'm using instant pot ultra model. You can use any kind of models, instant pot, duo, 7-in-1, whatever you have. And let the stainless steel pot turn hot. So the pot has turned hot. Let's add 1 tablespoon oil. If you prefer, you can also add ghee. Let's add 1 onion chopped. Season with half teaspoon salt. To the onions, we don't have to add ginger garlic paste or any other spices. We have already added everything to the sauce. So let this turn light golden and then I'll be adding some tomatoes. So now let's add 1 tomato chopped. So let's cook this for a couple of minutes. Don't have to cook for long. We are going to pressure cook the beef. So everything will be mashed up after we pressure cook the beef. To the onions and tomatoes, let's add the marinated beef. I have marinated the beef for an hour. So add or dump everything. So there is some marinade left in the bowl. So adding 1/4 cup water. And rinse the bowl well. You don't want to miss any of these amazing sauce. So add the water to the beef. Give it a good mix. So I've only added 1/4 cup water, so we don't have to add a lot of water while pressure cooking meat in the instant pot. So liquid will ooze out of the beef, and after pressure cooking there will be enough gravy in the pot. So this is perfect. Let's close the pot with the lid. Cancel saute setting, and next let's select pressure cook setting. So since this is beef, we have to set the time to 30 minutes. So that's when the beef will turn really soft. But if you prefer a little more firm cooked beef, you only have to pressure cook for 25 minutes. I'm going with 30 minutes. Pressure should be high and click start. So the pressure cooking has completed. I'm going to let the pressure release naturally for 5 minutes, and then let's do a quick pressure release. Let's do a quick pressure release. Alright guys, so the pressure has released completely. Let's open the lid and I'm super excited. Ooh, look at this. So it smells really aromatic and the beef has cooked perfectly. It's fork tender. Look at this. And there is enough gravy in the pot. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thicken the gravy. So let's cook this in saute setting for a few minutes. So let's thicken the sauce. So I'm going to turn on saute, temperature medium, click start. So let's saute cook this for a few minutes and the gravy will thicken. I gave a taste and taste beyond perfect, super delicious. The amount of salt is perfect, and the spice level, it's a bit spicy, however not extremely spicy, as I've added Kashmiri dried red chilies. If I've added regular dried red chilies, it would be fiery and way too spicy. So if you want it extremely spicy, go ahead and add regular dried red chilies. I'm enjoying the sizzling sound. So we only have to saute cook this for a few minutes till the gravy thickens. Now if you prefer some gravy, don't have to saute cook for long, just for a couple of minutes should be good. So this is pretty good. So the gravy has almost thickened. I'm not going to thicken completely. So let's cancel saute setting and let's take the pot out of the main pot, otherwise it will continue to cook. So take the pot out of the main pot. So as it sits, it will further thicken. So don't thicken the gravy completely. At the final step, yes, we gotta garnish the beef vindaloo with chopped cilantro. Let's serve the beef vindaloo in a bowl. I am taking deep breaths in. Smells so aromatic, and look at this vibrant red color. So the final step is to drizzle some yogurt on top of the beef vindaloo. So yogurt will cool off that heat. So here is the yogurt. So beat it well using a spoon and let's drizzle it over the beef vindaloo like so. Ooh. So I'm going to enjoy beef vindaloo with pita bread. So we can enjoy this with basmati rice, naan or chapatis or even rotis. Look at the tender, fork tender beef. Our fifth restaurant style recipe is going to be chicken Madras. First, let's turn on the saute setting on the Instant Pot. Temperature should be medium and clicking start. I'm using Instant Pot Ultra model. Any kind of Instant Pot can be used. So let the stainless steel pot turn hot. So it's going to take a couple of minutes. So the stainless steel pot has turned hot. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon ghee or clarified butter. If you don't have ghee, you can definitely add oil. So let's add the onions. So we only have to roughly chop the veggies. So we are just going to cook the veggies till it's softened. So combine it well. So next I'm going to add garlic and ginger. So the onions have turned slightly soft. So I'm going to add the red pepper and carrot. Let's cook the veggies in saute setting till they turn slightly soft. So we are not going to completely cook the veggies. We'll be making a delectable sauce with this. So now let's add the tomatoes. So I've taken 2 tomatoes roughly chopped. To the softened veggies, let's add some Indian spices. 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon ground cumin. I love the smoky flavor of cumin. Next, going to add 2 teaspoon coriander powder. And let's season with half teaspoon salt. So give everything a good mix. The veggies have turned soft and we have added all the spices. So I'm going to turn off the Instant Pot saute setting and let's take the stainless steel pot out of the main pot. So let this cool down for a few minutes and next we are going to puree this into a sauce. So next let's puree the cooked onions and veggies. So I'm going to add everything to a blender jar. I'm going to rinse the pot with half cup water. The spices are stuck to the pot, so let's rinse with water and add this water to the blender jar. Here's the beautiful sauce. It smells really good, very aromatic and packed with flavor. So we have added veggies and spices. So the good thing about this sauce is that we can make this ahead of time and store it in the refrigerator for a few days or even in the freezer for a few months. And so I'm going to pressure cook the chicken separately and then combine with the sauce. You can even add potatoes or beef or lamb or even paneer. So this is a great sauce, perfect for meal prep. Next step is to pressure cook the chicken separately. So let's turn on saute setting. Temperature should be medium, cooking start. And to the hot stainless steel pot, going to add 1 tablespoon ghee or clarified butter. So let the ghee turn hot. To the ghee, going to add dried red chilies. You can add regular red chilies or Kashmiri red chilies. So Kashmiri red chilies will be mild. So saute for a few seconds. 2 tablespoons tomato paste. So this is the tomato paste I'm adding. So if you have homemade tomato paste, you can add that. So mix it well. To this, let's add boneless chicken breast. So I've taken 2 chicken breasts, diced, add that. So combine everything well. So next I'm going to add some spices. Adding 1 teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. If you want this Madras chicken to be very hot, very spicy, you can add regular chili powder. So Kashmiri chili powder is very mild. 2 teaspoon coriander powder and half teaspoon salt. So mix this well. To this Next, let's add quarter cup water. So don't add a lot of water. Mix it well and make sure the stainless steel pot hasn't turned brown. So next we are going to pressure cook the chicken. So this is perfect. So after adding chicken and spices, we don't have to cook this for long. So turn off saute setting and let's close the pot with the lid. And let's select pressure cook setting. So we're going to pressure cook this for just 5 minutes. Since I've added boneless chicken, it only has to be cooked for 5 minutes. If you're adding bone-in chicken pieces, you have to pressure cook for 10 minutes. Click start and the pressure should be high. So the pressure cooking has completed. I'm going to let the pressure release naturally for 5 minutes and then let's do a quick pressure release. So it's been 5 minutes, pressure has released naturally. Now let's do a quick pressure release. So click on the pressure or steam release valve. Let's open the lid. So here is the pressure cooked chicken, very aromatic, and look at this vibrant red color. So this is from the Kashmiri chili powder that we have added. So now it's time to add the delectable sauce. So I'm only going to add half of this. I have a lot of sauce, so add this. So combine it well. After adding the sauce for the final cooking, let's turn on saute setting, medium temperature, click start. Now it's time to add the Madras curry powder. So this is store-bought, so it has a variety of spices in this. Coriander, turmeric, fenugreek, mustard seeds, cumin, fennel seeds, black pepper, dried garlic and onion. So it's extremely aromatic spice. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of this. So if you want a little more intense aroma and taste, you can add 2 tablespoons, but I'm only going to add 1 tablespoon. So mix this well. So give it a good mix and let's cook this in saute setting for a couple of minutes. Don't have to cook for long. We have already pressure cooked the chicken and we have cooked the sauce as well. So we just want to marry the sauce and the chicken. Give it a taste. If you need more salt, you can add salt according to your salt level, and if you need more heat, you can also add more chili powder. So this is perfect. So the sauce is coming to a slight boil. So next let's finish it off with chopped cilantro. So finally let's garnish with some chopped fresh cilantro. Let's take the stainless steel pot out of the main pot. It's really hot, so wear a mitten. So if we keep it in the main pot, it will continue to cook. The pot is hot, so keep this aside and keep this covered for some time. Here you have it, guys, delicious and authentic chicken madras that's cooked in the instant pot effortlessly. So Madras chicken with cumin rice tastes really delicious. You can also have this with naan, rotis or chapatis. Here are the 5 restaurant style Indian dishes that are cooked in the instant pot, so taste extremely delicious. So guys, do give these recipes a try and let me know your feedback. So I do have the written recipes on my blog. I'll post a link in the description below. I also have many instant pot recipes. I'll post the link in the description below. Check that out. So if you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe. I'll be back with more easy breezy delicious instant pot recipes. Until then, happy cooking, take care and bye.